go.
We are live.
Are we?
Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing out there in chat? So we're down like 3 ohmies at this point, I guess. If anybody can wake James. Oh, there he is. Oh, my God. I was about to see if anybody can wake him up.
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay, buddy.
It's all good, brother. We just started. What's going on, ohmies?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
I need to move some stuff. Fuck.
Take a minute. We won't pass it to you first. Get your stuff together.
Yeah, get yourself together. So yeah, I guess we'll do some buffet checks. I'm gonna pass it over to Mr. PoonSauce.
What's up, everybody? Oh, everything was a little bit in disarray, but we're here, and I don't know. I lost where I was going with that. You get the idea. Okay, first setup I decided to put together a squonker because James and Swaggins are rubbing off on me. Wait. Okay,
Yeah.
Rubbing on you.
Little exotic with the Tobino on top. And there I got some Blaz Melon. Old label. And then I got my little matchy setup, my Limitless Classic with the Vape Studio cap 24 on top, a little matchy in there. And in there I got some Drip This Blue Raspberry. It's like a sour blue raspberry candy kind of thing. Pretty good. And then my positive is my Faithful Zero. Looking awesome. Love this thing.
Yeah,
How do you like that?
I like it a lot. Thanks, Swag. And let's pass it off to Mr. Dan.
Hello. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
As you've noticed, I've hooked up the projector. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. I got some plans for it, but right now it's just the Vaping with the Ohmies thing. Tonight I got Twisted Purge, Goon 25. In it, I got that Leviathan, the salted caramel. Joel sent me that. It's awesome. I'm liking that. I got my Dreamer Stack. This thing's never coming apart. This is sticking around forever. And that I have some Adore E-Liquid. I got Caramel Apple Crisp. Been going through that pretty good. I'm liking that. And then my work mod that's been going with me, I got the V-Boy with the Fire Loop tank on top. And I have Transistor LSD in that. Thank you, PoonSauce. He brought that to me a couple weeks ago. And that's what I got there. So I will pass it off to Mr. Swaggins.
Hey, guys, what's going on, ohmies? What's up? I had to move everything over here again, so I'm going to look at you, and then I'm going to look back at them, all right? So don't get weirded out. Hopefully my volume's better. If it isn't, please let me know in chat. I'll turn my gain up a little bit. What's going on? Tonight I'm vaping on squonkers as well. I'm just like I'm institutionalized to this way of vaping right now, and I'm not sorry. I got the Citadel on top of the plug squonk. I've got the Defiant Designs DS with the Karma on top, and I've got the top side with the profile mesh. I actually have a single coil in here right now because I wanted to try it out with the single coil. It's got the 22mm cap on it. That's why it looks so dope and compact. And inside of those, I have the Fountain Blast Off, the Baja Blast. I have some Turkish Maize, or Turkish Harvest, sorry, inside of one of them. And what's the other one that I have? Lemon Berry. And I'm vaping on an Infinix, because I love the Infinix. Let's pass it on off to James. Wait, James, did you start? Oh, James, you're muted.
No, I haven't gone yet, man. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Literally just getting myself together. That's what happens when you try to take a nap before the show, and
It's all good.
your alarm go off. But anyway, first setup, I'm rocking the DS also, but I have the Citadel on top. Inside of that, I have some of my all-day vape. That's Savage Marcellus. You guys know. Also rocking my Warlock's hammer with the Templar RDA. If you guys caught my video, I just went up today. something a little new that I got in over the weekend that I'll be trying out. Inside of that, I got some of that Nightshade by the Witch's Brew. Absolutely loving this stuff. That's a pitch black Mountain Dew for all you guys that are interested. And then I'm also rocking the Red Dreamer with the red US 1 atomizer by Trinity Glass on top. And inside of that, I have some Turkish Harvest. And, you know, always rocking a pod system. I've got that Zero Pod. Absolutely loving this pod system right here. One of my favorites right now, for sure. And that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the man himself, Clown Vapes. What's going on, brother?
Hi. Yeah, continuing in our squonky theme here. Picked up this little guy over the weekend, the Shogun RDA. Ooh, it actually focused on it. That made me so happy. And I got that on my Frankenskull. Just loving this right now. Really digging it. And that I got Danish Blue, what is it, Berry Cream?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Other things I picked up over the weekend. Then next I got the Rebel on my Enforcer. And in that I got Icing on the Flake. And there's a funny story behind that thing. Yeah, it's a really good story. And then lastly, I got the GR1 on the Arctic Dolphin Kriya. And then that I got the Tempting Gretel from Witch's Brew. Awesome stuff. Alrighty. So advocacy stuff. I know Dan had something he wanted to get a little ranty about. If you guys want to jump in on that.
Are we going to talk about what grinds my gears?
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Grinds Dan's
gears. Very important topic to at least us here in this panel.
All right. So this past weekend, I was at a party and a couple friends hang out, good times. You know what I mean? And one of the kids, I call him a kid. He's 21. He is an adult. But this kid I know comes in and I know he vapes. So, you know, what do you do when you see other vapers? You're like, hey, man, what are you vaping on? What'd you bring tonight? You know what I mean? I want to know what you got. Oh, I got, you know, he's got some Sigelli mod with a smoke tank on it. And then he's got a mech mod. And it's older. I don't even know what it is. All right. It's probably before my time of starting. I'm like, all right. So what goes through my head? I'm like, so what kind of battery you got running in there? And he's like, I don't even know. I was like, well, that's not good. First off, that already, you know, struck a chord with me. So we open it up and I take the battery out. It is the worst looking battery I've ever seen in my life. There's barely a full wrap on it. So what happened was I scolded him. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? This is terrible. You can't have this. You see all these nicks and cuts on it. You can't. This is not right. So I took it upon myself. I always come prepared. You guys probably go places and go prepared. Make sure you have extra batteries and all that. So I gifted him some of my batteries. I'll get new. I'm not worried about it. I'd rather him be safe than me have fucking batteries, is really what it boiled down to. So I actually took his batteries from him. And I can show you. You guys see that? Look at that. This was in his mech mod.
In a mech mod?
This was in his mech. The bottom's all tore up. There's scrapes all over it.
Oh, damn.
Look at this thing. If that focus is really good.
Now I see that. That's a gouge.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
bad.
like a bite
I
mark.
pulled that out of a mech mod. Then, so I see that. And I'm like, well, what do you got in that Sigelli mod? So they opened the door. Him and his girlfriend opened the door. And here's the other one that he had married with it that has scrapes and tears. See, like the bottom here. This is all chewed up right here. This was in the other mod with this battery. And if you guys are wondering, this thing's electrical tape.
What?
Okay, yeah, I had not seen the electrical tape.
By the way, Dan, show them the top of that battery too.
There's no insulator, guys. This is just electrical tape around it.
Dude, those
How has he not
18650s.
blown off his hands?
18650s.
It's $4 for an 18650. Go buy one. Go buy a new one. Throw the other one out into a recycling bin.
It's like $1 for a 10-pack of fucking wraps.
Yeah.
Not
So
only that, but most shops nowadays, if you've got torn wraps, you can go to a
you
shop
bring
and
it to
have
the
them
shop
rewrap
where I
them.
work, I rewrap it for you, and I teach you like how to do it. Like it's not hard. It takes no time to do it. So yeah, I scolded him. I was like, "What the fuck are you thinking, dude? You were gonna," pulled up some pictures of like the one kid we've seen that has his face pretty much, his teeth blown in and burn marks on his face. I show him like, dude, this is gonna be you. This is very, very, very unsafe. You're not getting these batteries back. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna discard them. I'll take them and get them recycled and everything. His girlfriend was just shocked. She didn't know. She just vaped. She's not educated on it or anything. So before the party was over, before they left, he came to say bye to me, and he's like 6'4", so I'm like doing this, like, look at me. All right, we're right here, right now. Yeah, like, okay, we're gonna talk for a minute. You're on probation. You were on vaping probation for at least 6 months to a year till you have anything you want to buy, anything you want to get. You have to contact me and run it through me. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He can message me anytime. I looked at his girlfriend, who just like, she knows I'm pissed. You know what I mean? Like I was like, and you don't let him do anything stupid. If he starts talking about vape gear, you look at him and go, you better talk to Mansfield. You better get a hold of Dan or else we're not going to hear the end of it. You're goddamn right. You're not going to hear the end of it. That is an atrocity right there. I was so livid. But yeah, that's what happened this weekend. You got not you guys, but everyone watching. Practice battery safety, man. It's nothing to wrap batteries. It's nothing to put insulators on or wrap on and heat shrink them.
Cost. I just did it myself. I bought a hair dryer for like $12, and I bought 100 wraps for about $6.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's nothing to fucking do, man. You see a nick, you see a tear, you put that battery away until you got time to wrap it. That you don't go, well, I should be all right with this. It's just hairline. No, you fucking wrap that shit.
That's one of those things, guys. Like with me, I do not mess around when it comes to batteries. If I see a little nick, tear, ripple, anything in any of my battery wraps, or even looking like there might be something underneath of my wraps, I'm just the type of person, I'm super paranoid about it. I'm super big on battery safety. So I see anything like that, I set that battery to the side. And like Dan says, as soon as I get some time or a chance to, I rewrap those batteries before I ever use them again. Just because I don't want to be that statistic, guys. I don't want to be, add to that, that headline. Oh, guy blows himself with another mech mod, or guy blows himself with another vape because I didn't pay attention to my battery wraps and I was careless and I got complacent and thought, oh, well, they've been working, this far. Why should they change now? Well, the thing is, guys, you have to be aware of these types of things, because this is one of those things where, it might not happen right away, or you might get away with it for a day or two. But as soon as that makes that hard short or creates that connection, goodbye.
You're done at that point. I mean,
it's too late. It's too late, guys.
Teach me, Shifu.
It's not that. I don't know. It still just falls under. It's not that hard to rewrap a battery. It's not, guys. Shop. It's not. I mean, I was at the Vape Dynasty over the weekend, and they had the ODB sales there, and they would rewrap the batteries for you if you wanted them to.
Yeah,
they had it all set up for that. I mean, it's that kind of thing. Not that difficult. I mean, Corey, seriously, do you ever have issues with rewrapping batteries or anything like that?
It really is.
I think it was Saturday. I spent like maybe 2 hours freaking rewrapping batteries just because I just wanted to get it done so I didn't have to worry about it. It's that easy. I mean, people have freaking free time on the weekends. Some people don't, I understand, but it takes minutes to rewrap battery.
Like a hairdryer or something, man.
Yeah. Throwing on the couch with a popsicle. Hey, I'm going to go wrap some batteries. I'll be done before he's done with this popsicle. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, exactly, guys. So just take that extra few minutes, to be safe. At the end of the day, we want everybody to be safe. But I'm glad you brought that up, Dan, because battery safety is something I am absolutely paranoid about, and I push
We've
hard.
Done a full episode on this.
Yeah, we have. And it's just sad that we still have to continue to tell people.
You're gonna have.
We're gonna have to, because there's new people cycling in all the time, guys. That's why you gotta help spread the information.
Anyone watching this that is new to this and needs to ask questions and stuff, you can find us in social media. You can find us on the Vape Stew crew. You know, answer the questions, join the crew. We all have Instagrams where you can directly message us. We're here to help if you guys need it. No problem whatsoever.
Any vapor worth their grit is willing to help you be as safe as possible. They're not going to steer you in a way that is unsafe for you. You know?
That, and don't forget, guys, we have the Vaping with the Ohmies Gmail account as well, guys. So if you ever have any questions, or whether it's regarding the show, whether it's just recording, you know, just an everyday vaping question, feel free to send us an email, guys. Most of us here have the login for it, so we check it periodically throughout the week. If we see any questions, we'll be sure to answer them as soon as we can for you guys. So yeah, if you guys got questions there, like Dan said, social media, you can find us all on Instagram. All you got to do is just send us a little DM, and we'll be happy to help you guys out in any way we can.
And if you're watching the show live, put a question down in chat. If we tag us in it, and we'll answer it if we can.
Yeah, I'm watching the chat, so even if it's a silly question, I'll still say it out loud.
No such thing.
This is one thing that I've learned over time. The only dumb question is the question you don't ask.
Yeah,
exactly.
But silly
because
questions.
Otherwise, it's the only question you'll never get an answer to.
But silly questions are a whole other category. Like,
yes,
how come my goose won't lay eggs? Well, the real question is, why do you have a goose?
Yeah.
All right, see ya, Stanley.
Get the Nerf gun out.
Yep.
Get the Nerf gun out.
Hey, what's in the news, PoonSauce?
Couldn't find anything.
You couldn't find anything?
No, nothing that was recent.
Nothing recent. Well, maybe we can talk about where you were this weekend, Clown, because you were saying you were somewhere this weekend. And
well, I got something for news if we're going there first. If people
definitely.
Yeah, go for it.
FDA Gottlieb came out and said that he wants to pull all vapor stuff out of gas stations, convenience stores, and only sell them at brick and mortar vapor stores, and I think still online. Am I right on that? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's looking like. And even then, they want to, take away everything from online too, like e-liquids at least.
I want to say personally, I've been talking about this, I think, around since we started this, that I feel it's, gas stations have a lot to do with it, and not carding people as much as vape shops do and everything. So, like, not that I didn't predict it or anything, but to see that come out, I was like, hey, I said that a while ago. Like, but it's also kind of double-edged sword thing. Now it'll be all up to us. So if kids are still getting it kind of thing, then it looks bad on us. That's how I feel about it. You guys got any thoughts?
Well, this is kind of my thought behind it too. I understand why they're doing it, because at the end of the day, it'll leave it into the hands of the industry. You know what I mean? Because it'll only be in the brick and mortars or wherever. But also, touching on a point that Joel made on this same subject is, we want it to be convenient for everybody. If somebody stops at the gas station and they ran out of juice or whatever, and they just need something to get them through until they get home, or until they get back to their setup, they're not going to be able to walk in and be like, oh well, hey, cool, there's a Juul here. They're going to end up going and they're going to have to buy that pack of cigarettes.
I understand that to a certain extent, but on the other side, that's where you have to be a more responsible vapor. I never leave this house without a couple setups, extra batteries.
This is the thing, though, Dan. Yeah. This is the thing. Not everybody has the luxury like we do to have multiple setups or to have multiple different devices. And who's to say that they don't go out and that one or two devices they have stop working on them?
Okay,
and they don't.
That being said,
I get where you're coming from, but like also, it's kind of just sucks because now that vapor or that smoker that walks in that shop is not going to see that and be like, hey, might not have that thing to click until they see it in the gas station and be like, well, you know what? Instead of getting that pack of cigarettes, why don't I try one of these out and see how this works for me?
What are you gonna say,
but then again, also on that other side is they don't have someone behind that counter telling them, well, you know, this is what it is, that type of thing. So
absolutely. And you know what? If I was behind that counter, I'd say, get the fuck out of here. Go talk to Clown. By the way, Clown, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say with like the points James made that, you know, whatever your setup doesn't work. My boss, she's trying to get off cigarettes, and she got a paranormal from a buddy that we have at work that he didn't want it. So he gave it to her. I gave her a tank, and then the paranormal wasn't really working anymore because apparently like the button's a little weird and it falls apart or some shit. But with that being said, it stopped working. So she's like, well, I'm kind of giving up on it because, you know, it's just being a pain. So I'm going to go back to cigarettes. But since she doesn't have the luxury of multiple things that if one thing goes away, she can just move on to the other one. So I just ended up handing her my Cartel Revenant and told her, hey, I'll get this thing fixed for you. And you just deal with this one for now because it's been a tried and true for me. So have at it. You know, it's one of those things of if you only have that one setup, you're not really either you fall under the category of I give up or you're going to try something else. But even then, not a whole lot of people dive into the whole buying tons of gear and all that kind of thing. They just buy one setup.
Dude, we all started off at one point in time having one thing and then a couple months later grabbed something else or, you know, grabbed a mouth
years later
or something like that. No, I totally get that.
Dude, I lived C4 tanks for the longest time. They were small, convenient, and cheap.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just saying, being a responsible vapor, I go prepared. I think everyone needs to get on board with that. Because if this is what helps keep it around, if it stays out of gas stations and the epidemic slows down kind of thing, then maybe that's just the route we have to go. And people are going to have to just think ahead.
A lot of it's a financial thing too. Some people can't afford to have more than one setup. And it's just sometimes it's not in their budget. It sucks. I mean, I would love to have everybody that I know that vapes that have more than one setup so they don't have to worry about going to a gas station and possibly having that chance to picking up cigarettes, but we're all not going to be in that situation. I mean, not everybody in the world is going to have the luxuries. People on the panel here, people in chat are going to have where they have multiple setups. They're going to have to deal with what they got.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. Like there's like a catch-22 with it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it'll be good because whoever's selling those vapor products should be someone that's going to be, you know, informed and knows about whatever product that they're selling, which is a huge plus. But it also kind of sucks because it takes that convenience away for, you know, most vapors or that ex-smoker that may just be, you know, used to going to the gas station and picking up their Juul pods or whatever it may be.
Did you guys see that comment from Richard Crawford in chat? He's chiming in from over across the pond in Wales. In the UK, yes. He said, have you heard that the UK are relaxing the advertisement rules on vaping adverts so they can include the health benefits of vaping?
That's awesome.
That's awesome to hear, man.
That's like one of those things that I just don't get how we're a first world nation and we're not progressive in that sense of harm reduction. Willing to do it on other things, but not this. It baffles me.
Because the big guys are losing out on money.
Oh, I know that's the big one, but it's just such...
They're even targeting big tobacco, though. If you've seen... I mean, I perused a few articles where they're attacking big tobacco, too. So they're more on our side of the fence with regard to the FDA cracking down and regulation. It's like, all right, they're basically saying you're choosing the wrong side of this. But, I mean, they have a bunch of money. I think this is only the beginning of seeing, you know, this be coming to the forefront of political discussion. When we see more of that, then we're going to be able to hear more, and more of the mass public will be able to hear both sides of the story, even if it's in intermittent or small kind of segments. At least they'll hear more of a broader message.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. So, like, over the weekend, we were at this bar, and, like, I kind of missed this part, I guess, because I was in the bathroom or something, but the waitress we had, she smoked a cigarette, and then my wife and Stan were talking to her about picking up vaping. So then she started asking all questions, you know, like the atypical, I heard they're bad for you. I heard this and that. And me and Stan were pretty gone at this point. So we started berating her with information. We're like, PGs and inhalants, VGs and this, da da da. We just started going off on things. It got to a point where my wife looked at both of us and told us, "Hey, you guys are overloading her with information. You need to stop for a second and let her just be."
Take it in.
Breathe, fellas, breathe.
Yeah, and then eventually, like even Stan gave her like the idea of like try a Stig. They're disposable. They're small. They're very. You open the pack and you start vaping. You know, there's not a whole lot to those.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to those things, man.
Yeah, because she said one of her friends gave her old setups, but she couldn't figure them out, and it's like it's one of those weird ones of you can't really give somebody something too advanced, I guess, just as like their first deal.
Right.
But yeah, it just gets really out of hand, and there is like a lot to be said about both things. I am worried about though the online market getting hit with this whole removing e-liquids from online. I understand that, you know, age checks are kind of hard through online, but we do need to figure something out for that, because I would like to keep the online market, because I mean
they just need to settle on one standard.
Of us here.
You're absolutely right. We need to settle on that point. But if like a good regulation that would come through would be like, all right, FDA comes out and says we need a standard for verifying ages for online sales. This is the standard. If you can make a case or appeal for something that's similar, a similar product that hits all these markers, but this is what you have to have. Blue check, for instance. I think that's a good regulation. I think that's a fair and just compromise, and it would actually help businesses. I think that the FDA should know the fact that it's existed and regulated things a lot longer than the vaping industry's existed and been regulated or unregulated. It would be helpful for these things that have been around forever to instead attack us, you know, maliciously and without breath or without basically cause in most cases too, from what we see, that they should come and say, all right, you know, suckle at the teat of knowledge and let us help you understand what it means to be a big business in a capitalist society in America and get regulated. And this is how we come to the table and compromise, not just like, you suck, this is awful, misinformation, smear campaigns, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's one that like they do need to just stop with the whole runaround language and clarify everything and be just straightforward with us on what they want and what is needed to be done. So I feel that tends to be one of the biggest issues is anything that they come out with, it's always a runaround language. It's never straight and dead forward.
Yeah, and they keep putting out facts with no. They don't show us any of where their studies are at either. Though the commercials are garbage with the puppets, like the fact.
All right,
4 times.
I have to talk about this just because you said it. This is one thing that grinds my gears is these damn commercials that they're putting out.
Oh, those
with
like commercials.
The one like I literally watched one the other day, and the entire commercial, all it talks about is butts. Like, what does any of this have to do with what you're trying to portray in this commercial?
Yeah.
Like, where are your facts? Like, so I don't see how your butt correlates with smoking or vaping or whatever they're trying to prove in these commercials. And then there's another one that Joel has talked about too. I've yet to seen it, but apparently there's one that's got dick plastered all over the screen just without the C or whatever. And that don't make sense to me either. What does any of that stuff have to do with what they're trying to portray in these commercials? They're making a mockery of it is pretty much what they're doing, in my opinion. And I don't think that's something that needs to be up there for, you know, like, Dan, I know you have a little child, and, you know, I know, Clan, you have kids. That's not something you want to pop up on your TV and have your kids watching all the time.
No.
Like, because it pops up in the middle of their cartoons. Like, I'll just be flipping channels and, you know, stop on the Disney Channel for a half second, and then all of a sudden one of those commercials pops up.
Dude, I don't even have cable. I got like Hulu and stuff, and it'll pop up on the Hulu commercials.
Yeah.
You're 4 times more likely to smoke cigarettes if you vape. I'm sorry. All I do is vape, and I'm never like, you know what really sounds good? A cigarette. I went the other route. That's the fact, not this shit they're putting out there.
Honestly, I mean,
facts and don't show where they found this fact at.
Can we look at like the truth campaign for cigarettes and smoking weed when we were growing up? Like, let's look at like let's use history as our guide.
This
here.
is true.
You know, it came out years later after those campaigns were kind of fizzling out. Like Dave Chappelle went on and fucking, you know, made skits and jokes about it, like how he smoked weed and then, you know, was at the drive-thru and then hit some kid on a.
Dude, there was a failed program.
It's just I mean, we're in the moment now, but it's ridiculous. And hopefully and thankfully, you know, it seems like the American people as a whole, we only see kind of the stymied focuses of what we're interested and passionate about and thinking about all the time. But the general population kind of sees how ridiculous some of this shit is. It's very inflammatory. It's meant to be. I mean, politicians run on inflammatory speech and rhetoric because they know it's going to get them, you know, that kind of attention for a moment, for like 10 seconds. And then it's like, all right, on to the next thing. Remember that thing that happened last week? No, I don't.
No. We live in a very, very short attention span society.
Yeah.
And with that being said, yeah, I wanted to talk about my weekend with Mr. Stanacious. That was fun. James, you're muted, bro.
Sorry, guys. It's been one of those days. But anyway, I was saying it looked like you guys are having a bunch of fun, dude.
I got the stand experience. That is interesting. I know what PoonSauce and Frames down there they got to experience. It is something watching him, man.
Yeah,
So going from booth to booth with them, it's like it's a whole different world.
Stand's an experience. Let me just put it that way.
Let's just say Stan's got the gift of gab.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I've learned a new terminology that I think I will be using from here on out.
I heard he turned into a hey girl when he's drunk.
And then he is a world class klutz. It's entertaining to watch.
He's a blonde, isn't he?
Love the dude, but Jesus. But we had a blast. Yeah. I mean, we got to like see some stuff.
How was the show? Like, what was at the show? Was it more juice? Was there hardware there? What was going on?
There was more juice than anything else. Like, as far as it goes as hardware, I saw Rogue, TVL, and then there was like one vape shop there that was like selling their stuff like they were at a vape shop. It was really weird and random.
You kind of, like when you get those kind of wholesalers that just have a mixed match of everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was it?
I said a Maj Podge.
A Mosh Podge. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like it was. You just saw a display case, and they had like your pod systems, and then it creeped over to your mods, and then there was like tanks and RDAs. I ended up picking up a battery charger. That was nice.
Let's go back to Stan because he put in the chat. No, Clown Vape. Shh.
What's up, Klutz?
Well, speaking of Stan,
the story.
We love Stan.
I will say he did injure himself at one point. That was hilarious.
Stan, welcome to the panel.
Can I tell him the story about your finger?
Tell him anyway.
Yes.
Okay, so we were walking around in the river walk, and I guess it's like 11 at night at this point. And we're walking on the on the river walk, and we're looking for a bar, just a bar, and then we just kept finding bars, but we're like, no, we're gonna go to this other one. We're gonna go to this other one. Eventually, we hit this like store for knickknacks and stuff like that. And at the very back, they had like those wooden cap guns that has the little like cork on a rope kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he went to shoot Clownette. And right when he shot her, the trigger like messed up his finger. So he had like a giant welt on his finger, like from here to about here.
Oh, like
he kept going, you injured me. That was a blast. And like I was saying, at the bar, we just hung out, talked. And you guys got to see some of the aftermath on the Stew Crew page. I know Dan was awake for that.
Yeah, he was calling me out. I see.
You're like the only person there watching. He tried attacking ducks.
He was just being Stan. That's all that was going on.
He says that's Clownette's fault. Oh yeah, there was a Spire, wasn't there?
Well, what's something that you picked up at the show that you're excited about, Clown?
Oh, dude, I got the Shogun. That's I'm loving it. Seriously, you guys got to get one. I know Swags is getting one. He's gonna love it. You are, dude.
I'm excited.
That's a single coil, right?
Yeah, it's just a single coil guy.
Who's it from?
Who was it?
Vapor's Cloud, right?
Vapor's Cloud. Yeah, trying to remember the name.
Nice, man. It looks interesting. I know that was what Stan was building on the video, right?
Yeah, that was one of the things he built on the video. He built something else. I can't remember. That was from Rogue.
Oh, yeah, the Rogue RDA. That's right.
Yeah, that has like interchangeable like posts and stuff like that. You can move them around. I forgot. He explained it to me, but he was all over the place, dude.
Interesting.
Dude has like ADD moments within ADD moments. It's interesting to watch somebody that acts close to how I do the same things I do. It's kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And I picked up a ton of juice, picked up some Danish.
Ooh.
And I did talk to their sales rep, and we might be getting it on the site. I'm not sure yet.
Well, watch out. Making moves, bro. Making moves.
Wow,
Right?
you said that one of the juices you got, there's a funny story behind it.
Oh, you want to hear this one?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so this is icing on the flake, yeah. And okay, so I got to meet Patrick from Half Moon Mods. I picked this little guy up right here
Nice.
because Stan introduced me to him. We got to see some of his new news and all that kind of thing. So then later we went to the after party, hung out with him some more, got to hear some crazy stories. Then we left the after party. We went to the Riverwalk, and we ended up staying at this Irish pub, and we were just drinking. We had like some weird beer that tasted like orange juice. Like Stan was like, "Why does this taste like orange juice?" And then I ended up juice. And then they show like Patrick from Half Moon Mods, a bunch of other folks I didn't know. Gator from Gator Boards. Seriously, check that dude out. His drip tips are awesome. He was actually
does some
making
cool
them
stuff,
at the
man.
Oh
show.
yeah, that's the guy who makes them at the shows, right?
He does
Yeah.
some cool stuff, man.
I've seen him a couple times. Dude's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude is. He's
Super
awesome.
cool,
My wife-
dude.
He has a
Yeah.
cute butt.
He's a cute butt.
Yeah, that's what my wife thinks. But
Oh.
either way, so then later they left, and I had left my juice with Stan's car, I guess, because I couldn't find it. I had what is that called? Fair dinkum. I lost it, and I was like, well, I'm out of juice. So he let me try the Karango. I was vaping it on this guy. And yes, I need more of that in my life. Karango was pretty good. I was enjoying the hell out of it. So then the waitress comes by and she's like, hey, is this one of your guys's? And then we both look at each other like, that was Patrick's. And then she's like, well, do you guys want it? I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So this is Patrick's. It's not really mine, but
Courtesy of Patrick from Half
I'm
Moon
just,
You know
I'm
what?
holding on to it for him.
Clown,
until
if you
it's-
like icing on the flake, I'll send you my bottle. I've had it steeping for like the last 4 months. I just wasn't a huge fan of it.
really?
I'll send you 100 ml, my dude.
Sure, I'll
you- if
take
you
it.
like
I
it,
actually
yeah.
am liking this.
It
It's
just
a-
tasted like Lucky
but it's not
Charms to me,
terrible.
like without the marshmallows, just like frosted, puffs.
Frosted cardboard.
Yeah, frosted puffs.
Frosted Puffs.
Yeah, isn't that what I mean? I'm assuming that's what the rest of Lucky Charms is. It's frosted puffs and marshmallows.
Ian said he made the waitress taste it.
Oh yeah, the beer. He made her
Gross.
taste the beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was
Next
supposed
time,
to be an IPA.
little
and it-
clarification would be nice next time, Stan.
Hey, you're married.
Wait, what did she taste, Stan?
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
He did have a random chick yell, "Hey, nice beard" at him as I was walking behind him. I was like, really? Come on.
Both of you were together? She was talking to Cloud.
Nah, she was talking to Stan. Like she was like she just had it. She like zeroed in on Stan. You could tell.
It's that glorious
If
head
we
of
were
hair.
for the fact that we were on a mission on beer, and the fact that he's married, I would have lost Stan at that point in the night. Because he
So
was
it's-
like, "We need beer."
Well, it sounds like you guys had a good time at the show, man.
Oh no, yeah, it was nice.
I'm jealous I couldn't make it out there to hang out with you and Stan, and Joel was out there as well. And
Yeah, we got to meet Joel. That was nice. He's very tall. He seriously turned
Yeah.
around and looked at both of us and
he
said,
literally dwarfs you and Stan. Like, like you guys are standing next to him. I was like, damn, I forgot. Joel's tall.
Yeah, yeah, he really is. He's pretty damn tall. But yeah, Joel actually gave me this. He just turned around after buying them and just handed this over to me. I'm like, no.
All right,
He's like,
thanks.
That's
Like
nice.
black and
man.
white, right?
Shit, hey, cool.
I'm like, okay.
PoonSauce, what'd you do this weekend?
I sat in here with all you guys.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you vape on the Zero Pod?
God damn it.
What did you think? What are your thoughts about it after having it for a week?
No, honestly, like I feel like this is something we should talk about because I've really been enjoying this pod system.
Okay,
it's
James,
freaking
but what are
fantastic.
PoonSauce's thoughts on it?
That's what I'm saying. I want to know what your thoughts are, Corey, to see if me and you are having like the same sort of experience.
At first, the filling system on it, I wasn't so sure. Thinking it was gonna freaking like, I didn't trust the whole seal on the inside where you push it in, and then it makes that like kind of like the air pocket where the juice goes in. But I haven't had any leaking problems. The only time I ever have juice come out of it is when you're actually filling it. Then it's filled too much, so you see the little bit come out of the top.
Yep.
But then you just wipe that off, and it's freaking done. The battery life's freaking insane on this damn thing. Like, I don't understand how this thing fucking lasts so long. It's crazy.
What do you guys like? So there's 3 different settings, like the green, the blue, and then the red. Like, you guys just do full blast all the time?
I have it on the green.
Yeah, for me right now with the juice I have in here, I've tried all 3 settings when I first got it to kind of, just feel it out, see where it's at. I've got some 45 milligram in here, so I figured I'd start off on the lower end and, kind of work my way up. And I'm actually up to, the highest setting it's got on here. And, dude, honestly, the amount of vapor I get out of it, the draw on it is actually one of my favorite things about this pod system is because it is my perfect mouth to lung draw on this setup. Not to mention that the flavor on it's also pretty good as well, guys. Like this is probably one of the best all around pod systems that I've used in a while, guys.
Yes.
That and the one cool thing about these pods too is that they're temperature controlled. So you don't really have to worry about ever really getting a dry hit because, Dan, this is something that you've talked about, and I've actually had it happen to me now after, vaping on it for a day or two. Once your coil starts getting dry, it stops giving you like as much power. So as your cotton gets dry, it hits less.
I've had it stop on me because I've hit it like 3 times, and it won't let me hit it again because it's gotten to that temp and it's too warm. And it has to stop and soak juice in.
You know what it reminds me of? The damn replay mode on the freaking DNAs.
Not only that, but what's awesome about them being temperature controlled is I'm really curious to see how long. Yeah, the replay doesn't protect the coil, but with these, I'm really curious to see how long these are gonna last with them being temperature controlled because you're not really gonna have to worry about the coils necessarily burning out.
You guys,
but just yours, maybe dunking up.
You got yours what, a week ago? Dan, when did you send me mine? Like 2 weeks ago?
About
longer than that. Maybe I've been on that same pod, and I mean I don't have mine in front of me because I just keep it in my jacket.
It was around like end of September is probably when I sent you it.
Yeah, so I'm still on the same pod, and the extra pod. It's not because I'm like I can't buy extra pods or they're too expensive. I have 4 extra pods. It cost me $11 for 4 more pods, and I'm still on the same pod.
That's nice. I need to get one. Alrighty,
it's a nice pod system, man.
Veterans Day. I do think we need to take a moment and appreciate our veterans.
Absolutely.
My stepfather-in-law is a veteran. And anybody that is still currently in service as well, because I mean, this is the reason why we're still all here. They keep us safe, make sure that everything is, in order.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to add to this too, guys. Yes, it is a holiday that is Veterans Day, but this is something that we should, celebrate all the time and give thanks to our veterans because every day, our armed forces give their lives to protect this country and the rights that we have. So whenever you see anybody that is served or you see somebody in uniform, just take that few seconds just to tell them thank you for your service. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for them out there fighting for us, we wouldn't have the rights that we have and we wouldn't be able to, do the things that we do. So like Clown said, my dad's a retired military. He served 25 years. I've got many of other people in my family that have served as well. So this is something that's very close to home for me. So just like Clown said, let's just all take a moment, kind of send our love and our thank you to all the people in the armed forces because they do go above and beyond and, they literally give their lives for us guys. So the least we can do is, just thank them for their service. Something I like to do too is especially if you guys are out to dinner tonight or something like that and you see someone who may be in uniform or something like that, maybe pick up their check or do something a little nice for them because those little things like that don't happen for these people and I think it should happen more because they need the recognition because, like I said, they give their lives for us guys, and not everybody will do that. Not everybody signs up. Not everybody's got that in them to do that. And it's just awesome that we have the people that are willing to do that for us. So, yeah, that's what I got to say.
With that, I mean, you know, going back a couple of weeks ago, I know I've been harping on this a bit, but with the suicide prevention, that's another one you got to keep an eye out. Veterans do have a very high suicide rate. So if you see a guy down on his luck or just not having a good time, you know, take a moment to talk to him. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. It's just give somebody to talk to.
Yeah, brighten their day up.
Sometimes it only takes a few words, guys.
Pretty much.
It's just a hello, hey, how you doing type thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes someone actually taking the time to speak to somebody. You know what I mean? But yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, Clown, when we got a few minutes left?
Yeah, we got a few minutes left. Did we still have that giveaway thing going on?
Which giveaway?
I don't know.
We can do a giveaway. You want to do a Veterans Day giveaway?
Yeah, let's do a Veterans Day.
I think that sounds like a good
idea.
idea.
Right, what can we give away? Hold on.
I don't know. I'm willing to throw in some coils if somebody's up for some coils.
I got
Just hit me up on what you want, but we could do that for sure.
I've got a 2+1 RDA. How about that?
That sounds good to me, man.
Mesh RDA. It's got 2 cap options, a resin cap and a stainless rainbow cap. You could use coils or mesh. The 2+1 RDA by RFG Vape.
Nice.
Let's give one of these away.
How you guys want to do that?
Why don't we just get like a bunch of X1s in chat, and then we can just do like the whole finger thing where somebody.
You want to roll it, Corey?
Yeah, let's. Why don't you guys start X1ing in chat? We're gonna give away this 2+1 RDA. You know, to you guys for being around here, for being awesome stooges and ohmies. Just to show our appreciation for you, and then pay it forward. You mean whomever wins this, you don't have to pay this forward by any means, but like you see a military group or you see a veteran or somebody who's serving that vapes, get them a bottle of juice or something. You know, a pack of coils for their sub-ohm tank. Help some people out. Why don't we start X1ing in chat? If you don't X1 in chat, then you don't want to give away. You know what? God bless you. We'll just give this away to somebody else. I appreciate that.
So start X1ing whenever you want, I guess.
Do it. Start the X1. Do you guys, while that's going on, you guys want to start wrapping up a little bit here and saying anything you got going on or promoting?
Sure.
Yeah, dude.
I'll go ahead and start, I guess. Of course, if you guys hadn't seen, I put up a new video today, a new vape mail video. Got a couple of things in the mail over the weekend that I was excited about and figured I'd throw a video up for you guys. Did my first little build montage. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve for me. I'm not super computer savvy, so it took me a little bit to figure it out, but I think it came out okay for my first try. But yeah, guys, like I showed you in the video, if you've seen it, I got the Templar RDA by Vape, which is something that's going to be coming up to the channel pretty soon. Also got one of these Horizon Tech Falcon tanks with those mesh coils. Been testing this thing out so far, and let me just say off the little bit of a teaser for the review, these things drink the juice, man. Like I've literally this weekend I used it a little bit on Saturday and all day Sunday. I probably filled this thing up like 6 or 7 times throughout those 2 days, which it's a lot of juice for me, man. So those are 2 new things coming up to the channel. Of course, you know, I've got other products that are going to be coming up as well, guys. Going to be trying to do a couple of new little things here. I've got some ideas popping up in my head that I'd like to try out and kind of see what you guys think about it. So there's definitely some things to try out. So if you guys haven't yet, subscribe, and you might see some cool stuff happening with the channel.
I'm subscribed.
Yay.
I look forward to your videos.
Oh, and also, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody, because I know a lot of people here in the chat are subscribers and stuff. I finally made it over the 200 subscriber mark. I'm at like 202 today when I checked. And I'm absolutely blown away with the amount of support that I'm getting from not only all the people from the Stooge crew, but all Ohmies viewers and everybody out there. I just want to thank you guys because it means the absolute world to me that, you know, getting all the love and support that I am from the community is honestly just beyond words, guys. I love every single one of you guys for, you know, taking the time out to, you know, just watch the video or leave a comment or anything like that. Because, and honestly, every little bit means the absolute world to me, guys.
You're on the
And
road
I am putting together a 200 sub giveaway. I talked about a little bit on the video. So if you guys haven't, go check out that video so you can figure out how you can enter in for that. And try to put a little care package together for you guys. Probably have some juice and, you know, maybe a couple other little things in there. So if you guys want to get entered into that, go check out the new video for that. So that's pretty much it for me right now, guys.
All right.
What about you, Poon? What you got going on?
Nothing really. Just hanging out with my homies, man.
Not even with Transistor?
Yeah,
Oh,
anything happening with Transistor, bro? Dude, you're like our Transistor rep, bro. You're the one who's supposed to keep us on top of stuff.
Sorry, I need one of those hoodies. You guys didn't get to see it when he hung out with me. He had a Transistor hoodie that was hockey style, and I'm dying to get one.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, it's over here somewhere.
I need more vape apparel, man.
I don't want to sleep. I would have stole it and put my fat ass in it. I would have got it back.
If anybody was at the Vegas Expo, they got a sneak peek of something new coming through. But Black Friday, keep an eye out for Transistor because they're releasing a new juice.
Uh-oh.
Beautiful Disaster.
Ooh.
Keep X1ing.
Exclusive.
It's
Exclusive right there.
It's pretty freaking awesome. If you like blue raspberry flavors, let me tell you now, you had never had anything like it.
All right. I like blue raspberry.
Even the Blaz blue raspberry mango.
It's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
I believe you.
I look forward to it.
I'm
He's
definitely
excited. You saw how
interested.
his beard
Personally?
went real quick there.
What?
I said he got so excited his beard started whipping around.
It's a jiggly little thing.
What about you, Dano?
I got Dan's dad joke of the week.
Awkward look away.
Dun, dun,
He was looking at the audience.
dun, dun.
He's looking at the audience.
I think I've only said this one in Discord. I could be wrong, but I'm saying it anyways. So, what's the best part of Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag's a big plus.
Wow. Wow.
That's not
Come on, it's
wrong.
good.
It is.
It's
It
good.
is a big.
Good and terrible. It's good and terrible, just how I
I
like it.
didn't have a reason to start drinking. That might have been it.
Yeah, there you go. I made Corey an alcoholic. Thank you. Tip my hand up.
Mission accomplished.
Well, with the dad joke being done, you wanna roll through there, Corey, and pick somebody, dude?
Okay, let's find. I'm gonna find the biggest
Find
cluster.
somebody.
I'm gonna find the biggest cluster of X1s that are. Where's the freaking arrow? There you are. Okay. Go up. Where's the biggest group of X1s that I found?
Just scroll. Just scroll,
I
bro.
barely noticed.
Just
the
scroll and
skin
point until you find one that has the next one. bro.
Okay, I have the big group, so I'm gonna go like this. Deborah Hall.
Deborah Hall, congratulations.
Deborah Hall, congratulations. You're going to send a DM to PoonSauce Mcnasty with your details, and we'll get that shipped out to you here shortly.
Yeah, you could
Yep,
you
yep,
could
yep.
find him on Instagram, guys. If
Yeah.
you're looking for him, Frank, if you could do us a huge favor and throw his link in
Yeah,
the
throw
chat.
my Instagram down. Deborah, send me a DM, and I will get all that info to the boys.
Yeah, let them know also
Enjoy.
what coils you want. Check out my site. Let them know what coils you want, and I'll get those sent out as well.
Awesome.
You know
So
what?
you
I
won
think-
yourself
I think,
an RDA and some coils.
A single glorious fused Clapton from your glorious flavorful fused Clapton line, clown, would be glorious and flavorful in this RDA.
Very flavorful.
Did he say glorious?
It's glorious.
Terrific. All right.
All righty.
What about you, clown?
Usual stuff. Like I said, might be working on some Danish coming to the site. James, this guy might be a runner-up on Marcellus.
Ooh,
What is that?
Lemongrass cake.
Oh my.
lemongrass cake.
Yeah, you don't taste it. You think it's gonna be lemongrass, which that's different, but it's kind of got like that in between Marcellus and Toxic Shock. where it's got like a nice
A little bit of lime in it
Yeah.
too. Ooh.
It's not like really heavy, but it's got that lime and like that nice sweetness behind it.
Have you had the She's a Dime by Smacks?
No, I have not.
Because that's a lemon lime cake or lime cake pop with lemon drizzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm hearing here. So I might have to check it out, man, because I love me some She's a Dime.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see what happens with this, and maybe we'll talk. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Then as always, just doing stuff. This week I'm doing the travel vlog. We managed to record the podcast this week, so check us out, Wolfbite Podcast on
SoundCloud
platforms at this point.
Thank God I've been waiting.
Yeah, last week we just had so many issues. We were like, you know what, we're gonna call it because we seriously sat around for like 45 minutes trying to figure it out. And but yeah, he's a trooper. I mean, the dude does all the heavy lifting. I just kind of show up and talk. So I really am very thankful of the guy. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
had a fun weekend and glad everybody's still alive, made it past the weekend and all that kind of thing. And hopefully everybody has a good week. We'll catch you guys on the stew in chat mostly, except for Swags because he's becoming a regular. He needs to be a regular.
On what?
I enjoy seeing him on the stew.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Oh,
if you guys, if you didn't know,
Oh,
Swags is new panel member on the Vape Stew. So
Is he
huge
really?
congratulations
I
to
fell asleep
Vape
like 20
Swaggins.
minutes in, so I feel terrible about that.
oh yeah. I thought you were messing around. Yeah, I'm
No,
on the
I
Vape
wasn't.
Stew.
And Stan didn't say anything to me.
It's fantastic. Well, that's because he's still wondering why he decided to do that, and he has to hold himself to it because he decided the best way to fucking put me on the spot was to throw a vote in the middle of a live show. So he fucked himself there. So
Yeah.
we're going back, Stan.
You're a fan favorite, dude.
Honestly, man, we love. I know all the Ohmies. We love seeing you on there, man. It's like the Ohmies. You're like the Ohmies representative for the stew,
Indeed.
which is awesome, man. So it's just kind of cool, man. Because when I see you on the stew, I just kind of think of us as us all being on the stew.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Because I can't do those 2 hours sitting around.
Dude, I've done the stew. 2
You are a
hours is a long time, man.
It is.
You're
It's
a
a good
trooper.
show. It is.
Yeah.
It's a long
Awesome show. If you guys haven't, make sure you check out Vape Stew Friday nights, Tenacious TX Vape's channel.
Yep.
Check out the Stew Crew page. Then you can come hang out with us on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a plethora of gifts.
A plethora.
Plethora.
All right, cool. Send us
Alrighty.
off, clown.
Alrighty. We'll catch you guys next week. And as always, vape on, mix on, vape on.
And vape on.
Vape on, homies.